Yeah.
My older son, Jake, came through the program. He graduated last year. He was here for 4 years. And then my son, Luke, is a freshman this year.
Let's go, Luke.
So, moving on, quite a bit to cover. Let's get right down to it. I'm going to present some well overdue prizes for some of our players for their fundraising efforts. So, if you all remember the pie sales, we're going to give the top 5 pie sale awards, and those will go to if you guys could come up here and get your prizes, that would be great. Luke Morrison, which Elijah Lee, Susan, Alex Votov, Brian Rim, and Aaron Miyagashima. So we sold over 800 pies this year. A very large amount of those were, not a large amount, but probably 100 pies were donated to the OC Rescue Mission, which is huge. So you guys all better start thinking right now and making lists for people you're going to sell pies to in the fall, because we need to break that record this coming fall. So, good job, boys. Thanks for all your hard work. And now we're going to recognize the top 5 online campaign fundraiser generators. And our top is Christian Aguilar. Followed by Shane Cook. Alex Votov, the double dipper. Ben Matsubayashi. And Nathan Duong. Great job, you guys, this year. All the money that was raised goes directly into this program, and you reap the benefits of that fundraising. So thank you guys very, very much. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our booster board and thank them for all their hard work this year. And all of you have to call your name if you guys can come up here so everyone can see your smiling faces.
Everybody, let's go. Come on.
The first one is right here. It's Kathy Cook, our secretary. Sanjeev Piple. Sanjeev, our treasurer, managing all the money. Joanne Wong. endless amounts of time spent. Endless amounts. All kinds of cool gear. He's got like little trucks on wheels that he rolls around on. He's climbing into things to get the right photographs. So we have benefited so greatly from your amazing, amazing photography. Thank you so much. And then we also have to bring up our team parents for the year. So Frosh Soft team parents, now forgive me, is Roman Milcom? Is that right? Voice of Beckman boys volleyball. I feel like he should be up here instead of me. Jeff Graves. Seriously, behind the microphone during some of those contentious matches was extremely admirable, although your wife and I think we did hear you call out the refs at one point over the microphone. It's okay, but thank you, Jeff. We have to recognize Susan Lee. And her many years of service to Beckman boys volleyball. So I'm going to read this and try to hold it together. Okay, we'll try. So, every once in a while, Darren is blessed with booster unicorns. And I'm officially coining this term right now, yes. A booster unicorn are parents who have multiple children that span the program for many years. And Susan Lee is a perfect example of this. Susan entered the boys volleyball program with her older son Josh in 2015 and is sadly for all of us, finishing with Eli, class of 2022, who could not be here and we're videoing for him, so give him a loud So that's a full 7 years of dedicating herself to this program and doing everything in her power to make it successful. And we are so grateful to have had her guidance, extensive skill set, endless energy, and hard work. From videotaping every single one of our matches and delivering the uploaded links literally within hours, sometimes before we even got home from the matches, I don't know how that happened, to coordinating food and drinks for our tournaments, Susan has done it all. She even went as far, and the boys will very much remember this, as bringing an extension cord for Vitamix and fresh ingredients and enlisting others to do the same so the boys could have fresh spinach and fruit smoothies during the Tesoro Her dream, yes. The key part of all of this is that she does all these things with a smile on her face, the kindest demeanor, and is constantly asking, how can I help? Of course, not to be forgotten is Susan's husband saying, too many times to count, parents on the varsity team overheard Susan everyone breakfast burritos before heading to the next match? I'll text you the address right now. Or, hi honey, we ran out of pizzas and need 4 extras for the modern day match. Could you swing by Costco? And Sang would happily comply. Well, let's clarify that. He'd comply only as long as there was a doctored photo promised later. In particular, one of him looking super buff with a tattoo and blonde flowing locks that he could share with his coworkers later. Into a life with an empty nest, with plenty of time to travel around the country watching Eli play volleyball at Vassar. Go, Eli, go! We want to present you with some gifts you can savor and enjoy. And we hope with some of that extra time on your hands, you will not be strangers and make it out to watch a few Beckman boys volleyball matches here and there. For old time's sake. We wish you all great success. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Speaking of doctored photos, we have the most incredible ladies running our booster program. Superwoman Corey and Wonder Woman a big country too. So, and we thank you so much, and you are super women in our eyes. Ready for dessert?
But I just wanted to say that Corey and I were co-presidents this year, but if you knew how much work she does behind the scenes, it's just unreal. Really, she's the leader. She's the quiet leader who's running everything and making everything run smoothly for all of us. So on behalf of all of us, all the families, we just want to say thank you, and hope you guys all know how blessed you are because you have her for 3 more years. Can you bring that back? Sorry.
Go, say. Hey, pick it up. Pick it up. Pick up the bass.
Now dessert.
Good job. Thank you.
Eli was on here.
Okay, everybody. Hopefully we enjoyed dessert. Is that way too loud? Are we good? Cool. We're going to move the program along. There's a couple of things that I want to take care of here before we bring up Coach Ron and talk about the Froshsoft team. First of all, this is a super cool venue. This is a really different feel to it. The energy in here is great.
Love it.
Mostly from you guys making all sorts of it's always nice to get out and do something different. This is really fun. So the ladies that put this together and the owners of the restaurant that are doing this for us, this is amazing. I have a note here that was sent along. Dylan Baggy is on our varsity team. Dylan is the third child in the Baggy family that has come through the program. He's got for those of you that don't know, his dad was going through some very serious medical issues throughout the course of the season. And our boosters stepped up and really took care of the family. Put together meals for them, did a lot of things to kind of make things easier throughout the season. And Randy sent this note along that he would like me to read, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Hi Beckman family, wasn't it an amazing season the Beckman volleyball program had? I just wanted to say thank you for all your prayers that was sent my way while I was in the hospital. It really helped a lot. I want to thank Coach McBain for being understanding and helping out Dylan through these difficult times that he went through. I'd also like to thank specifically Juan Vota for the hundreds of pictures he took, and Susan Lee, Joanne Wong, Trisha Graves for all the videos they posted. It truly helped me take my mind off things in the hospital to be able to watch the games. Last of all, I'd like to thank Corey Morrison for everything she's done for us in the volleyball program. From setting up the meal train to helping us with other things, it was truly amazing to see how much love was sent to us from the Beckman family. Thank you for all your help, prayers, and meal train that was sent our way. Our family's appreciation and love for the entire Beckman family cannot simply be put into words. Thank you. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later as well, but what you see is just the tip of the iceberg as to what goes on behind the scenes to make everything happen. And then for these ladies to step up and go above and beyond for a family is incredible. All right, first thing I want to do here is talk about our scholar athletes.
Hey.
We have a ton of them. As a matter of fact, 50% of our program had a 3.5 or better GPA, which is incredible. So yeah, let's give those guys a round of applause, please. We're doing things a little bit differently than we have in previous years. Our administration has asked us to do things a little differently. We will recognize the varsity athletes that were scholar athletes. It was 50% program ride. It was actually 50% exactly for our varsity team. For those guys, this is always a fun part of the evening. For those guys on JV and Frosh Soft that were scholar athletes, when you get your certificates today, it will be a scholar award as well. Okay, so that's how we're going to recognize you guys. But for right now, Ryan Graves, come on up. Noah, come on up. Caleb Irwin. Noah Lee. Evan Beckman. Freshman Luke Morrison. Vade, of course, Vade. Jacob Silvestri. And last but not least, Alex Botel. Just want to make everybody aware, we have made mistakes on these in the past. So, Caleb, are we sure? Just kidding. But there may be some guys that actually have 3.5s and we just messed it up. So it does happen. So all the other 9 guys that just tell everybody that you were and we must have messed up. Okay? I was doing some AP test proctoring the last couple of weeks, and at every test there are multiple volleyball kids in there. We are very lucky as coaches to deal with these type of kids that put academics first. They're amazing students, and it really makes our jobs a lot easier that we deal with this type of kids. There are programs on campus that don't get these types of kids, and I thank my lucky stars every single day that we don't have the problems that some of the other programs deal with. So again, congratulations, and thank you all for your hard work in the classroom. Okay, at this time, we're going to have Coach Ron come on up.
You know, I'm almost like seriously speechless, which is really rare. My wife would say no way. I look at these young men, and all I see in newspapers and news is like all the bad stuff about these young people. And yet we look at our program here, we know it's completely false, fake news. Look around you. Look at the quality young men we have. Look at them. Look at each other and thank each other for pushing each other and making each other become excellent in the classroom, on campus, as leaders on the court. The best gift you can have as a coach to see your team get pushed, to see them up against the wall, to see them, how they're going to respond, what are they going to do. And I'm proud, I'm so proud to put a shirt on that says Beckman, because each of these teams, each of these young men got to give their best and keep their head high and work hard. So for that, for the whole program. So not in any particular order, but Chris, come on up. All right. So Chris has been an outside hitter for us. A highlight was our Northwood game, our second match. We had won the first match, come in the second one, had a little bit of a hiccup, and then Chris got the swing that carried us. Says, let's get him the ball. He did, and he put it away for us. It was an exciting moment because that allowed us to take the league championship and have that match. So thank you for your hard work. And if you ever want to do a McDonald's, he said he needed free stuff. I don't think they're allowed to do that. Thank you. Sean. Oh, Roy, what's going on? Oh, I gotta go to Korea to beat up on some people and finish competition. Right? No? Humility, kindness, a great teammate who works extremely hard, did a great job as a DS and partial libero for us. I really appreciate your work and your ethic. Thank you. Andres is not here today, accepting his award. Where's our video guy? You're not on it. Oh. That's okay. I understand. We're allowed to have that every now and then. Ethan. I should read this. I finished it 14 on. So, Ethan is a leaper. Like the guy, all of a sudden, I looked at practice and I didn't realize it right at first when I arrived, and he's passing, and all of a sudden the ball comes over and that jumps way up. Like, whoa, where did that come from? And he came in, he played outside, right side, passed for us, did a great job, and then managed to kind of hurt himself partway through the season. Showed up and cheered his teammates on. And he's out there hobbling around shagging balls. I go, what are you doing? Trying to help the team. Okay, but we need you better. We don't need you hurt. And sure enough, he kept pushing himself and he's getting better and better. And even with a broken leg, shagging balls for us. He did a great job. Thank you. Good job. Michelle, help me out. Did I actually say it right? I said it right? He's the kind of guy that when I was in high school I wanted to hang out with just so I could copy his work. I'm just being honest. Guy needs help. You fight it any way you can. Musician, choir, the list goes on. He's a Renaissance person. He helped us out in the middle. He would constantly ask for feedback to the point where, like, I'll talk to you about it later. But because he wanted to get better, his heart was to get better and continue. It's really tough with his schedule. He goes, well, I got 5 more minutes, and then he's got to be somewhere else. And yet he committed to the team, did a great job in the middle for us against Modern Day. Yeah, that was a good match for you. Good job. Kinky. Oh, by the way, I didn't do the scholar. The boys with red, you have the scholar award. Good old days. So, we're down by 3. Call a timeout. He's in the back end, and I go, what are you doing? I go, get over here. He's like, huh? You've got to go in. You've got to pass for us. Right now, we're horrible. We need you to come in and make the very first ball he touches, 10-foot line for big pass. Totally turned the tide of the match. And to come off the bench at that point when you did, and then to bring you in right away, and then to perform like that was incredible. And it did. It helped us beat Northwood. So, thank you. Lastly, we need you on the outside. He goes, well, I can DS. Yeah, but you need to keep hitting. You need to keep playing on the outside in case someone gets hurt, COVID, etc. You did a great job of working like that, and you became more successful at the end of the year. Did you not? You did. Yeah. Ian, right? Yes. Ian. So disappointing to see him look like a 500 fortune guy now. The hippie is gone. It's rested. Right side, middle, outside. Get in there, man. Do this, do that. Okay, coach. Constantly working hard. Did a great job. Really improved a lot. And we appreciate your hard work. Secondly, hey, what can I do to get better? What can I do to get better? Coaches love to hear that. You're an awesome human being. I'm pleasure to be with you. When I talked earlier about when people struggle and how they face that and the courage it takes, he had a couple balls in the net, a couple balls out, and he was really, really disappointed in himself. But I said, come on, you're the best blocker in the gym. I remember a couple of JV players coming over to scrimmage against us, and Quan got the best of them, like 5 out of 7. Aaron. And not just a normal block. I'm talking straight down, like up and over, straight down. I looked at you and I said, that is a gift. Blocking is a gift. Hitting will come. Just keep working, keep working. You're going to help this program so much in so many ways, especially with that blocking. It's a gift. So Quan, thank you so much for playing Oppo on right side. Quan, good luck tomorrow blocking me at beach. I'll throw it down now. Do you know why, Quan? Because I'm blocked. Okay, Nathan. So he has a position that's partial to my heart because I was a setter. Great hands, great location, quick to the ball, just constantly working hard, learning to go up into a net, bringing the ball out. Being a setter, you're the quarterback, you have to make split decisions. He did a great job all year long. Very consistent. I can only think of a few times when we weren't. And I really appreciate it when he just came back out of a timeout and gave us a hittable ball. Chased down quite a few balls, did a really good job for us. And serving. I owed you $2, didn't I? I gotta pay him. I told him I would. Here's 2 extra. Thank you so much. I want to keep it. That's a good thing. A lot of debt with that. All right, Jack. Jack was part of Hawaii because when he used to pass earlier in the year, he used to kind of do this with his hips. Once he solved that, his passing percentage went up like 30-40%. Unbelievable. Really good hitters, outside hitters, they have to be good passers. They're going to serve you. They're going to try to keep you out of rhythm. You did a great, you worked at that. I saw you constantly self-talking, constantly working on it. Can he put a ball away? Absolutely. Big got outside, big swing for us. Blocking improved, passing improved, serving improved. Your step. Next is Brady. Scholar. These guys, Brady and Ian came in with their long hair, and I said, man, I love that long hair. It looks awesome. Reminds me when I was back in the 70s, you know? It was cool. And then he comes into practice with a haircut. And I'm like, oh, well, you're no longer our hippie number 1. Hippie number 2 became hippie number 1. And now both of them, they look scholarly and well cut. Liberos are these special breed of people, like saying, here, hit me as hard as you can. Here. Oh, the block's not there? I'll just step in and take a ball anyways. And you did. Constantly passed, constantly dug a ball, kept us in a lot of games, and your serving is superb. I think one of the highest percentages on our team, consistent. So Brady, thank you so much. Christian. Maybe $50 for that bag. So I kind of adopted this team. I was working with JV, Varsity, and then kind of came in and fell in love with these guys. And I had no idea. I was told, you know, here's your 2 setters. About midway through the season, I'm like, hey, I thought you were a setter. I've never set before in my life. I'm a DS. And I go, because I kept, why did you set that set? Why did you set him? Why didn't you square up? Why didn't you do this? Because I assumed he had that training. No, this is my first time setting. And what did I say to you? Like, you're kidding me. Really? Yeah. I go, wow, I have a whole new perspective now. You're a far better setter than I was at your age. I'm telling you, it's amazing what you can do and where you can go with it. The fact that you had the patience to grow at that and accept that role and to help dish the ball out to these guys, quick feet, quick hands, and you just kept getting better and better. And serving's good too. Stefan. So our top 2 servers, our middle, very good passer, but he rotates out of the back row, and we were trying to figure out in the middle of the year at that tournament at Foothill, how can we get you to pass when we get in trouble and work things out? And I screwed up the lineup when I did that, so I said, I gotta go back to normal now because your coach can't handle the brain power to do this. But we've left him in the pass. He can hit middle, he can hit outside. His serving is superb. We appreciate how hard you work. Now, volleyball IQ, tops. Just, he sees the floor, he knows where to put a ball, what pace to put on a ball. Really, really good. Good job. And bonus points to sport the pink tie. Aaron. Not here. Casey. I purposely put him last. Casey did not make the original cut of this program. Casey wouldn't quit. He's a true Rudy. Have you seen the story of Rudy? This young man is him. When I grow up, I want to be like him. He would show up every practice. He would shag. He would pepper with the boys and say, hey, you need to get off the floor now. Okay? And stand on the wall. He would not go away. He would not quit. He wouldn't give up. And he kept peppering and kept getting better and better. And I go, man, you do crazy stuff out there. You scare me. He settled. He grew. He was in that game against Northwood that helped us win the league on the right side. He just wouldn't go away, and he got better and better and better. And every young man on here appreciated him and his effort. And I'm at the game with Darren and with Guna. It's like, you don't need to be disrespectful. He's in the stands because he traveled the team. I go, Darren, that kid deserves to be on a team. He goes, absolutely. So let's do that. All right. Yeah. Don't tell me. So our offensive player of the year goes to Jack Crane. Congratulations. Would you like to say anything to the crowd?
My name's not Jared.
What a great group. What a great crowd. Our next person, most improved goes to Quad. Congratulations, Quad. And you're still not going to block me tomorrow. Next year at the Banquet, Quad's going to get up and he goes, I blocked you. Our most valuable player, because of serving, passing, consistency, goes to Brady. And I'd like to personally thank Darren for allowing me to be part of this program and to constantly learn. I'm constantly learning from these two men about this great game we play and what it means. Parents, thank you so much for the privilege of working with your children. They're incredible young people.
Before we finish up the wash-off group, I think there's a couple of guys or someone that wants to come up and speak about Coach Ron.
Oh, yeah.
It's mainly with Coach Ron. He really puts in the effort. It's just yeah! The whole Beckman program has a great staff. It's just amazing.
Okay, Brandon, your turn.
I'd like to thank Darren and Ron for allowing me to be part of this program. It's really interesting watching from the Frost-Offs and the JV to the Varsity, the kind of community that you guys have built. You guys are all wonderful people and very respectful, and it's really great to be a part of this program. The JV team this year, I think we were undefeated, right? Yeah. Undefeated and lead. The first guy I would talk about is Sam. Sam played middle for us. He was just one of the hardest working guys on the team, and can always look to him for energy. Thanks, Sam. Next up is Ethan. Ethan's there. Ethan was a utility player. He was playing middle, played some outside, played some opposite of practice, and literally would do anything that we asked him. Thanks. Next up is Ben. Ben was one of the DS liberos. Towards the end of the season, he came in and was one of our strongest servers, and we could always rely on him for some good pressure and some aces. Thanks, Ben. Josh. Josh was phenomenal at blocking for us, and also he just went out with a little bit of ankle injury, but he came back and finished the season strong. Kyle. we didn't sit the middle very much, but we tried. And when we did, Kyle did those goals for us. So. Calvin. Calvin, outside here. He's one of the biggest personalities on the team. From practice to games, just always laughing, always messing around. Sometimes I'm like, hey, you need to focus a little bit, but he turned out to be a really good player, and towards the end of the season, he learned to just reel it in and get those points when he needed to. Calvin. We played opposite and outside for us. There's a couple games where we had to put him outside, and he was just ready to go. Always ready. Shane was a center for our team, ran the offense, and just I can't say one bad thing about this guy. Just always prepared and ready to go. Just phenomenal libero. We put him outside a couple games, ran into the bleachers in Irvine, came back in the game, just one tough kid. Ryan. Aaron. This guy just jumps out of the gym, played outside for us. Just one of the most reliable guys we have on JV. I can always count on Marcus to let me know when I was like dressed right. He just has swag. Always got swag. He's always got this confidence about him. It showed when he played. He brought it to the game. He just had this confidence that, hey, you know what, we're the best. And that was him all the time. The coach's award goes to Ryan. Most improved player, Marcus. MVP is Aaron. Thank you, guys.
Is it Calvin who's coming up? Oh, it's Aaron. Come on up.
Coach Brandon. His dirty son, he can pass as one of us. Although he may have gone on his nerves at times, he still is one of the best coaches we've ever had. Coach Brandon has been an amazing coach and mentor and could not have asked for anything more than us.
I really think that Coach Brandon wasn't just teaching volleyball skills, he taught us really important life lessons such as needing to interact with our team and keep our peace a lot of times. And I just feel like that's been really important for in my life. I just feel like we're being an awesome coach. Although sometimes we didn't perform the best going 3 sets almost every game. But yeah, just thank you so much for being an awesome coach. You're doing it!
All right. Now, okay, we had 18 guys on varsity. So we flew through Frostoff and JV pretty quickly. It's not going to be the case right now. So if you need another sangria or a glass of wine, now's a great time to go do that, as long as you're not driving. And feel free to get up and walk and do whatever you got to do while we're up here. Before we get to our varsity group, we've already spent some time recognizing our boosters, but I have to do it myself. Our booster group is the best it's ever been. I've been here a long time, and things run so smoothly. I talk to Corey, I don't know, 10 times a day, at least. Like, it's constant, and things just get done. And people on campus say, hey, can we do this, can we do that? And I just say, go talk to Corey. She's probably already got it handled. She already has a plan for it. The way things ran this year, is absolutely incredible. So thank you to everybody on our booster board for making this possible. Gotta thank Jeff again for being on the mic for us. It definitely adds a little extra energy in the gym, and it's really fun. Juan for all the photos, Mr. Bota. I would estimate over 10,000 photos. Like, absolutely insane how many photos. Susan was filming every match for us and posting it for us. My coaches, Coach Ron and Coach Brandon, I need to thank them as well. Ron's been with us for quite a few years, and he, as you can tell, when he gets introduced, he's a favorite with our varsity guys especially. And Coach Brandon will tell you, I've been trying to get him over here for years. He's an old uni guy. Don't boo him. But we've been trying to get him for a while, and it finally just came together this year, and it's so great to have him. Anyone that volunteered, anyone that helped out with Snack Bar, Senior Night, the Banquet tonight, like, thank you so much. Like, there's so much that goes into it, and we appreciate everything that you do. A couple of guys that aren't here tonight, David Sawada and Eric Johnson. There are a couple of alumni that came back and worked with the guys. David actually got on the bench with us for a few matches. Eric helped out at practices a couple times when he was in town. There are alumni reaching out and coming out of the woodwork, really. When a team is this successful, they want to come back and they want to see the guys and they want to see and they want to help. It's just a really good sign that the program's moving in a good direction when guys from years past want to be a part of it still and want to come in and help the younger guys. And it will be amazing in 4 or 5 years when some of these guys come back and help out with our younger guys that we don't even know who they are yet, but they're going to be mentored by these guys. So I want to thank those 2 alumni that came back, so thank you. Okay, a little bit of a season recap. All 3 levels, 1 league, right? JV and Varsity went undefeated, Frosh off, 11-1, still league champs. But the way they won it, they had to step up on the very last match and beat the team that had beaten them earlier in the season. And they didn't just win, they won convincingly. So absolutely congratulations on their league championship. That's 3 years in a row now for all of our programs combined. Would have been 4. We had the COVID year, but we were going to win that one for sure. We were much more talented than everybody else. But the goal isn't 3 or 4, it's 10. Right? Then it's 20. That's where this program needs to stay. We need to continue winning and continue dominating and making sure everybody in our area looks to us as the team that they want to be. Okay? Yeah. If we look back at our start of our season, Frosh Soft JV, remember that first match of the season? Parents, you remember that one? Thank you. That was ugly. San Clemente, we took a beat down, right? I remember talking to the JV guys outside after that match and saying, relax. Yeah, we looked poor. We did not look good. You guys are going to win 25 matches this year. Like, I'm telling you, you guys are good. We had a rough start. Things are going to start clicking and we're going to start winning. Both these teams were in gold bracket in every tournament they were in. I don't know that we won a tournament with these levels, but semis and quarterfinals in the gold bracket every single time, so congratulations on that. Frosh Soft, 11-1 in league, like I said. I think this is correct, 24-5 overall, with a really big win over Mater Dei at the end of the season. JV 12-0 in league we talked about. I believe this is correct. Might be off by one. 24-6 overall. I remember I told him we're going to win 25 matches. We missed it by one. We go back to that CDM match where we lost in 3. Mater Dei, did we lose in 3 in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some opportunities there. We didn't hit that 25, but that season turned around really quickly. I'm actually really happy that all 3 coaches here were able to work with all 3 teams. Like, we all got to know every single kid in the program, which is rare. We had a lot of time early in the season, especially where I would work with Rushdoff, I would work with JV, Ron worked with everybody, Brandon as well. So it's been really fun working with all 3 groups this year. Brandon, sneak out. Brandon's got a flight to Chicago, then a 3-hour drive, and he's got a match at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. He's playing in the VLA, the Pro Volleyball Tournament. So it's good. It's great to have great coaches, but he can also play as well. It's fun to watch that kid play volleyball. Should have seen him like 5-6 years ago. His vert was almost 50 inches, but he's getting old. Wow. How old do you think that guy is?
40.
32. Be honest, that kid looks 24 years old, and he's like 33, I think. Doesn't make any sense. All right, let's move on to varsity. 37-4. So far. We got another match on Tuesday. We could potentially play 3 more matches, so 40 wins would be pretty unbelievable. If we did get 40, that would mean state champs too. So, so that's still out there for us. But as a program overall, 85-15. So if you know your math, which I'm sure Vade does, 85% of our matches program-wide is incredible. So we're on the right track. 12-0 in league for the varsity guys. Foothill tourney champions. Redondo tourney champions. That was fun. 3rd at the Tesoro tournament. Yeah, we can boo that one. 5th at Best of the West. As of right now, I checked USA Today. They have us ranked number 8 in the nation. If you look at the 8 teams that are there, 4 of them are from the Midwest. There's like a Missouri team. They're not beating us. We're really number 4 in the nation, and I think that's I also looked at Max Preps, which is sometimes a little messed up as well. They have us at number 6 in the nation. So it's pretty well known that we're up there in the top 6 or 7 or 8 for sure. As Jeff Graves would say, it's not bad for a bunch of nerds from Irvine. We had just won the Redondo tourney, and I was over talking to him, and he's like, we're beating beach schools, we're beating private schools, we're a bunch of nerds from Irvine. They're not supposed to happen. I thought that was a really funny quote. So 37-4. That's incredible. But this team is a special team for more than just the wins and the losses. This is the single most selfless team I've ever had. This team was a true definition of a team. Guys knew their roles and they excelled at them. There wasn't one complaint all year long about playing time. With 18 guys, it's really hard to get everybody in. We're fortunate that in league we have a lot of opportunities to get guys playing time. But there are sometimes weeks where guys don't get in the game. And not one time did I see any moping around or eye rolls or anything. These guys are for each other. They're not there for themselves. Our bench was absolutely incredible. These guys, I'll tell you, we were watching film of a couple of teams, and in the background you hear them doing the same cheers and the same stuff that we did to them when we beat them last week. and their coaches go to them and they say, hey, that bench right there wins them an extra 4 or 5 points every match. We've got to do that. And all of a sudden you see teams copying what we do. It's when you have a bench like that, and when you have guys that are selfless and guys that are willing to put in the extra time. There's a story, we were just about to play Modern Day, and I think Noah Wong called me or texted me and said, hey coach, we're going to be 10 minutes late. We're at someone's house watching film. And I thought to myself, like, be 30 minutes late. I don't care. Like, if you're putting in the extra time and you're watching film and you want to get every advantage you can, like, when you have those type of players, that's when the wins come. That's when the wins come. And that's what this team is so special. That's why they're so special to the program and to me. So, all right, thank you guys. Okay, we're gonna start going through these guys one by one. I know we got 18 of them. We're gonna start with the freshmen. He does not look like a freshman. When we cheer, that's a freshman. Everybody's like, no, that's not possible. That can't be possible. I saw him in the gym a few weeks ago messing around with his friends who are freshmen, and it just didn't look right. It looked like a grown man with freshman boys. He's just built that way. And hopefully he's still growing. This kid's going to be a monster. He's already a monster, but like the ceiling is crazy high. Arguably the best player we had the other night at Loyola. He was unstoppable. And that's putting him, he was lined up against their best player and their biggest middle and was still putting the ball away. I think he got blocked once and it was a swing out of the back row, and other than that, every ball was put away. Seems to step up in the big games like that. The Huntington match, he played well. I remember 12-10 in the 5th, and they set their best player on the outside, and Luke absolutely housed him straight down. And like, there's a big difference in a set 5 between 13-10 and 12-11 if he doesn't get that block, right? 13-10 feels pretty good, we're gonna win this match. 12-11 is like, oh God, okay, this is close, we still got some work to do. So that was a huge point for us. His blocking's improved a ton. I remember there was a match, I think when we beat Huntington, at the tournament down at Best of the West, and I subbed him out, and I said, your offense is incredible, but until you can learn to block, especially as a right side, I can't have you out there. And, okay, I just noticed, like I rode in the car home with him back to the hotel, didn't speak. You could tell he was hurt and bothered by it. And then I saw him the next morning and I said, how are you doing this morning? And he's like, good. I called Jake, I got on the phone, we talked about blocking for a while last night. Like, that's the type of people we have. He wants to get better and he wants to do it right now. He didn't wait, he went and fixed it right away. Blocking was a weakness, and now I think you're one of the better blockers on the team, and it's going to be a strength for you in the future. He's expected to make a huge leap next year. Like, he already made a big leap this year. We need you to be even better. You're going to be even a bigger part of our offense next year. You're going to be hearing a ton about this kid over the next 3 years. All right, and our lone sophomore. We spent the last couple of years, we knew we needed a center. And so we said, Evan, we think you can do it. His volleyball IQ is great. He's very quick, a very good defensive player, and we're like, this is the guy that can do it. And I think it's probably the hardest position to learn and get really good at, but he's made some really big strides. We didn't use him a whole lot this year, but when we look at next year and who we have coming back and the way the pieces fit, we're going to need you out there next year in order to be our best. And we're really looking forward to see that happen. So thank you, Evan. All right, we've got 5 juniors. This group is incredible. Like, as you all know, this is the group that's going to keep us near the top next year. We're losing a lot of guys, 11 of them, as you'll hear. And there's just this, group of 7 guys coming back, and this core group of 5 juniors is going to be key to it. So we'll start with Dylan. Come on up. Dylan played a really big role for us this year, especially early in the season. Then we got away from it a little bit in the middle, and then late again in the season, especially at the Redondo tournament. I thought that was, we might have been playing our best volleyball, and you were out there on the floor when that was happening. Solid defensive player, anticipates the play really well, which is, I don't want to say impossible to teach, but really hard to teach. That's just something that kids are born with. His jump serve was a real weapon early on in the season, and we want to get back to that next year. He's going to play an even bigger role for us next year as we try and keep ourselves up near the top here. I'm really fortunate to have Dylan in the program for the last 3 years, and I'm so lucky that we get to have him one more. So thank you. Jack Graves, come on up. I think when you come watch our matches, you notice Jack's offense. Like he hit that sharp cross court swing 1,000 times. The Bick, that inside set, that's really impressive. My biggest takeaway from this year so far is how much better he's gotten in serve receive. I do not worry about him back there in serve receive. It's not always perfect, none of us are, but this year was so much more solid, so much more dialed in on serve receive. When your jump serve is working, it's a nightmare for people. And we're gonna get back to that, and we're gonna hopefully see that in a few days on Tuesday. He's gonna make a name for himself at the next level, right? This kid's gonna be a Division I stud, but we got one more year with him, and I'm gonna take every bit of it that I can get before he goes off and makes a name for himself there. Congratulations, you were first team all week. Ryan Graves, get up here. All right, we've had some pretty good setters come through this program over the years. Eric Johnson was here, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, 8 years ago. He went on to win a couple of national titles at Springfield, Division III. My son, Austin, was pretty good, I guess. Ryan is the best. Ryan's the best setter we've ever had. And when that film, I won't show that to my son, but that's true. Ryan's the best setter we've ever had come through. He's gonna have his name on the wall at some point, maybe this year. I think early on, I thought maybe he'd break the Aces record. Started out really strong with the Aces, didn't get so many late, so I think that one's maybe gone. He was thinking the blocks record in the last month. It's been ridiculous how many balls he's blocked. Didn't block so many in the beginning of the season, so I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna get that one. The assists record I thought was maybe untouchable, but I actually think there's a real possibility that he's gonna break it. And he deserves it. He deserves to be up on that wall as the best setter that's ever come through. The best part about Ryan is his leadership. Like, he leads in a way that guys follow, and it's in a positive way. They will do anything for this guy. It's frustrating to me, and I think to some other people. This is just a little side note. This kid wins at everything. No? You don't think so?
Fantastic.
At Stumble Guys, like, unless you're cheating like Alex with I mean, we were down at Best of the West and they were playing cornhole and he was just winning that. Stumble Guys, air hockey, when we went to laser tag, air hockey, I watched him wreck a few kids and I'm just like, somebody beat him at something. And then we went into laser tag and there were 20 of us in there, and somehow we played 5 games and he was number 1 like every single time. And I think it was rigged because I thought I should have won. Because I thought you're not supposed to get shot. I thought that was kind of the name of the game. But apparently, just the more people you shoot, then you win. And I thought, well, I shot quite a few and only got shot a few times. I thought maybe my ratio was better. But that's not how it worked. Ryan won every single time. Super frustrating. He was all CIF for us last year. I have no doubt he's going to be all CIF again this year. And then MVP of the Foothill tournament. To be honest, like, it's hard not to give him MVP because of the things that he does on the court. Not giving him an MVP for a tournament is tough because he just runs the show, and we aren't nearly as good if we don't have him. And then obviously league MVP as well. Noah Holm, come on up. When this team is playing at its absolute peak, this guy's taken over. Like, he is the highlight reel guy. He's the guy that we sneak the ball into. It's almost an automatic kill. There really isn't much that a team can do to stop him when our passing is solid and we can get him the ball. Even when the passing isn't solid, we find a way to sneak it into him. Ryan does a good job of that. The ball you hit against Modern Day, I will be talking about for a long time. That was insane. If you didn't see that, get the video. It's ridiculous. He's been blocking a lot better. Serve was a weapon for us this year. Kind of started backing up and causing some trouble there. After matches, coaches constantly want to come up and talk about him. Like, man, that middle, you know, they just want to ask about him. If you're playing us and you're watching film, it jumps out right away. Like, we've got to stop that guy. If we want to beat Beckman, we've got to find a way to slow him down. He was the MVP of the Redondo tournament when we won that one a few weeks ago. The ball that you hit for the 14th point in that last match, I won't stop talking about that one either. You guys probably didn't see that one, but turned a ball, their best player was playing right back defense, and he unloaded on one, and it hit him directly in the face. It was just kind of the perfect way to cap off, like, the way we dominated them in that third set. And then, of course, first team all league. Noah Lee. I've said this a few times, like, he's our most underrated player. Sometimes liberos kind of sneak under the radar. You see the guy that's blowing balls up, or you see the big jump server or whatever, but he's just been solid all year long. Every time the ball finds him, I say out loud sometimes, that was a mistake. Like, if you're serving us and you're serving him, that's a mistake. Like, he's going to handle that 9 times out of 10. Without him, we would not be nearly the team that we are. I don't think we played, we didn't play a team this year that had a better libero than Noah. There wasn't one. We played 41 matches. There wasn't one team that had a guy that outplayed you. There's not a lot of college talk at the next level with volleyball, but there needs to be, because you belong playing college volleyball. You're too good at it. Pick up one of those first team all league patches. All right, our seniors. We've got 11 of them. Impossible to replace these guys. Some of them played more than others, but everybody played a role, and the way this team came together is because of the whole, because of the group. I say there's no way to replace them, but parents, go home and make a few more babies for me, please. Because I need some more volleyball players like these guys. Nathan, come on up. I don't want the fact that you didn't see him on the court as much as we wanted to make you think that he's not a good player. He's on a team surrounded by great players. If he was on any other team in our league, he'd be not only on varsity, but he'd probably be the starting center.
Oh yeah!
Really tough serve, causes trouble for us in practices. Just an all-around great kid. I don't know a lot about him, I'm gonna be honest. I think you guys have gotten to know him a little bit better, but
Yeah, we do.
we've maybe had 3 sentences of dialogue all season. But I know what an incredible student he is. I know what a great teammate he is, and that's invaluable. So thank you. Here's another really good player that just happens to be at Beckman playing behind 2 and 3 and 4, like really good middles at that. We have a lot at that position. Again, any other spot in our league, he's not only starting, but he's probably all league. Like he's a very good player that really pushes us in practice. Didn't get a ton of opportunities, broke his hand, was out for like a month, so kind of everything was against him, but very, very good player. Great teammate, practiced hard, made us better every single day. I meant to mention about Nathan. You're off to Cal Poly, correct? Mechanical engineering. That's another tough game. And Ron is off to Cal State Fullerton this next fall. Caleb Irwin, it's good. Didn't join the program until his junior year. Played JV last year. Normally that's not a person that sticks around and makes a varsity team, right? But the things that he does bring to this team, and I have in big letters circled, invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. Prior to the season, I'm like, absolutely this kid is on varsity. We need his energy, we need his effort, we need him hyping everybody up. I went to him a couple of times and I said, hey, we're down right now. I need you to get us going. I went to him and I said, you need to get over and get the crowd going. And he, yeah, you got it. Ran over and got the crowd going. Also, if you ever need a burrito launched into the air at break with hundreds of kids around, he's your guy. He's a crowd favorite. Obviously, I hear it. I hear what's going on in the crowd. Caleb, put Caleb in. I hear it, I know. But all that stuff aside, like, he's turned into a good player, right? Like, showing up this late, he's turned into a really good player. Headed off to Austin Peay University in Tennessee. Says aviation. You want to be a pilot? And I heard, hey, this is Caleb, your pilot, I would jump out of that helicopter. I'm kidding. I'm sure he's going to be incredible. Thank you, buddy. Jared Irwin, let's go. This is a really tough one for me. Every great team has guys that are on the bench, not playing as much as they should, that are incredibly talented. If you're going to be a great team, you have to have guys in that role. Jared was that guy like the second half of the season for us. Started early on in the season, we made a little change. I, in my mind, loved having that security blanket where if either one of our outsides, because he can play that position, or our right side struggle, I've got a guy this talented to throw in there and still expect to play at a high level. That is not an easy role for a player. Not one time did I see any moping around, complaining, rolling of any eyes, nothing. That's impossible. It's remarkable Again, I have respect. I have so much respect. Came to practice every day, outplayed just about everybody. The practices you had the last month were incredible. On the floor a lot during league, a lot of opportunities to show what you got. The other coaches in the league were like, that kid, like what's going on with that kid, number 25. And so they voted you second team all league. And from what I hear, it's OCC, IVC, so could be, you're going to be playing. You're going to be playing. He needs to play. He's too good. Next up is Eli. He's not here today. Eli was our most improved player last year. Improved a ton again this year. Really carried us at times. When he gets going offensively, I've said it, I'm like, man, Eli, you got it going. Like we're not going to lose. There's just, his passing all year was incredibly solid. I think teams come into matches thinking that they're going to target him. I know that for a fact. Coaches have told me, like we were trying to serve Eli, and then that doesn't work, and then it's like, what do we do now? His serve, just a floater. That thing caused so much trouble, and he was very consistent with it, and we scored more points in that rotation, if you look at the stats, than any rotation, by far. I saw a little bit more of his personality this year, and I liked it. I liked his personality. Very quiet to me, and I said to the guys, like, is he fun? Like they're like, he is funny, and I just didn't see it until this year, and I started seeing it a lot more. He's some of it is we laugh at him. He does some funny stuff, but he's actually quite funny and gets the guys laughing. He was first team all league, obviously, as well. He's off to Varsity. He's going to play some high-level Division III volleyball there, and you're going to hear some things from him. Just an impossible guy to replace. If you would have asked me 2 years ago if Eli was going to be the stud that he turned into, I would have said, I don't think so. But the amount of improvement over the last 2 years is remarkable. And I say he's irreplaceable, but Mom and Dad, get on that for me, please. All right, Jordan, come on up. I was very pleasantly surprised with the level of volleyball that we got out of Jordan this year. Like, he was a contributor last year on JV, but I thought, oh, when we put him in against these guys, it might be a struggle. It wasn't a struggle. He stepped right in. He was confident. He took some really aggressive swings. Was a really good passer. Really tough float serve. There were a number of times throughout the season that I'm like, I need a tough serve right now. I'm like, oh, like you were right. I thought really seriously about just throwing in there to give you a good tough floater. Really good student. I see him at all the AP exams. I'd really like this guy to come back in 4 or 5 years and say hi and work with the younger guys. Like, he's a very popular guy amongst his teammates, and I think he's got a lot that he can help some younger guys with. So thank you. He's off to UC Davis, right? And it's you, Vade. Come on up. Absolutely love this kid. Always smiling. Always asking for ways to get better as he comes off the floor in the middle of a match after practice. Started for us as a sophomore, right? And then some guy named Noah Wong showed up and ruined that whole thing. But was never discouraged, was an incredible teammate. We needed him to step in against Mater Dei in that 5-set match, and he played really, really well. Phenomenal person, phenomenal teammate, phenomenal student. You guys all know that. He's off to UPenn. I heard somebody, like another player's parent said, "Where are you off to?" And he said, UPenn. And they were like, "Whoa, really?" Yeah, it was Mr. Shevlin. Yeah, because he knew all these guys when they were younger, and then to see them become what they become is really impressive. So there's really nobody more impressive than this guy right here. Thank you. Brian, you're in, come on up. I'm not just saying this, like anywhere else, this guy's the starting libero. Like he is that good, he's that talented. When he did get his opportunities to play, he stepped in and played at a really high level. Again, another one of these guys that's just in a long line of really good teammates that thinks about everybody else above themselves, and that's obviously key. I really hope he continues to play. He's off to Cal State Fullerton, maybe, probably, studying business. Okay. Wherever you go, find a volleyball team, get on there, you'll be the best player out there. Jacob, you're up, buddy. The very first thing it says here is team favorite. That's cool. When he puts a ball away, everybody just goes absolutely nuts. Works incredibly hard, right? You can tell by his face at practice, right? Like he gets nice and red. He sweats a ton. He is working his tail off. Jacob, you need a break? Nope, I'm good. Leave me out here. He holds his own against our middles. Like he does a really good job. It's actually been quite impressive. I really this year got a kick out of seeing him get out of his shell a little bit. Again, not a big talker, right? But it was fun when our bench is back there and they're singing and they're having a good time, and I look over and Jacob's singing and having a good time. I'm like, oh, even Jacob's having a good time. This is good. It's nice to see him when he's not in his normal comfort zone and having a good time. It's really going to be fun to see what kind of man you turn into. Like you're such a good guy that I can't wait to see in a few years what you turn into. OCC? Is that what I heard? Cameron. Cameron was kind of our wild card coming into this year. He can play any position. Last year we had him at Oppo and he dominated the JV level. We could play him at outside. He did a little bit of that this year. He can play every position except center. He's absolutely terrible at center. No, he would beg me almost every day, hey coach, can I set? Can I set? And I just go, no, absolutely not. I think we let you set 1 or 2 balls. It wasn't pretty. So we had to go back to the middle. Big reason why we were so solid this year. We knew coming in, man, we're going to have to fill that middle position. We got lots of guys that can play it, but who's going to step up? And I thought, you did a really, really amazing job of stepping up. Your blocking improved tremendously, especially dropping that hand into the seam. Redondo tournament, I think you played out of your mind and blocked a lot of balls. A really good offensive weapon as well. He could go anywhere, but always fun to watch him run that slide. That was always an impressive play. Cramped up. Gotta bring that up. Cramped up at the beginning of set 2 against Mater Dei. We won set 1. We're feeling good about ourselves. All of a sudden, he jump serves, lands, calves cramp up, and he's done. That's not the story. The story is, later that night, he sends a text to the group apologizing to the team for letting him down. Like, really? Like, not your fault. Things happen. Muscles cramp up at times, but he took it so personally, we lost that match in 5, that he felt like he was responsible and he felt like he was to blame. Absolutely not the case, but that's the type of guy he is. He felt like he let his team down. Going to OCC, gonna play volleyball there. That won't be the end of it. Like he'll play a year or 2 there, and then you're gonna see him playing at a 4-year school for sure. He's too good not to, and you were voted second team all league. guy's a really, really good player. Really good player. Hey, national champion. National champion. Right? Along with Wade and Brian. Yeah, back in the day, the 14s. Won a national. Did you play middle? Not a nationals? Just a little bit during the season? All right. But very, very good volleyball player. High IQ, works really hard. Got some opportunities late in the season and took advantage of them. We are so lucky to have guys like Alex in the program, just obviously talented, but guys that, here's another guy that was kind of leading the way over on the bench and taking control of things, and when Caleb's like, man, it was all when Caleb left for the Redondo tournament. I heard some girl said you had to leave. Is that what it was, or something like that? I'm just kidding. Anyway, it's a joke. I don't know. Alex stepped up and was the loudest guy in the gym and really got us going that day. But it's guys like this with the volleyball IQ, the work that he does in the classroom. It's unbelievable the type of guys that we have. Off to Tufts University. He's going to study econ. He's going to have more money than all of us at some point. I have no doubt. Thank you, Alex. Okay, we got 3 awards to give out here. Susan, don't leave without this for Eli, his first 2 Olympics. This one's our most improved player, and he was honestly just because we asked him to play out of position. He had played it a little bit before, but to step up and play this position this year at such a high level was incredible. Better on the right side, probably wants to play right side, but this guy was a godsend this year. Cameron McKinley. The name gives it away. The name of the award gives it away. Defensive Player of the Year. Just come on up, Noah Lee. Let's go. Absolute stud, doesn't get enough recognition, so hopefully that is a little bit. And our team MVP, our leader, the guy that's going to end up on the wall at some point, Ryan Graves. Come on up.
We just want to thank Coach for believing in us, for supporting us. We wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for him. So thank you.
I honestly don't. Where do we go from here? Senior tributes. Yes. They were told to keep these brief because we have 11 of them. So hopefully they listen to instructions. Noah Lee, let's go. Okay, come on up. Our underclassmen are going to talk about our seniors here a little bit before we get out of here for the night.
Alright, hi everybody, I'm Noah. The first player that I have the honor of recognizing is the GOAT Alex Vota, aka Flota. And you may be wondering why we call him Flota. And if you want the answer to that question, just watch him serve one time and you'll get the answer because he's one of the nastiest floaters I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, I've had the privilege of knowing Alex for a while now. For this first meeting back in middle school at Orchard Hills, where we formed a volleyball super team with the GOAT Coach Sandy at the helm. Over all these years, I feel like I've learned so much from Alex and I'm really grateful for it all. For example, he taught me the importance of watching film to learn from your mistakes and improve. But this was through stumble guys and not volleyball. I also feel like we have had so many great memories over the years. Like when we were watching Superbad on the bus ride home after losing to Santa Barbara to cheer us up. And ultimately, he holds so much value on this team beyond just his ability on the court, like how he always brings a speaker for our pregame dance circles. And on top of that, I don't think I can say enough about the energy that he brings, which Coach talked about every single match. Are some of the chants that he does borderline toxic? Yes, but it just proves that how much he cares about the team. And obviously, above all else, he adds the most value through who he's related to, because I really have no idea what we're going to do without Mr. and Mrs. Botan next year. And Mr. Botan, who else is going to Photoshop massive biceps and washboard abs on all of us next season? So, in all seriousness, I think Alex's defining quality that really sticks out to me is how great of a teammate he is. Probably one of the best I've ever had. He's always celebrating the success of others, and I really appreciate how all year long he's been so patient and has worked so hard, because in the biggest match of the season against Loyola, when he was asked to step up for us, he did exactly that. And I know for a fact that he's going to play a crucial role for us in our upcoming run for state. So anyways, Alex, I hope you have a great time in college, because we're all going to miss you a bunch. So thanks very much.
Today I get the opportunity to tell you all about Jacob Silvestri. I first got to know Jacob last year when we watched him play on JV. Whenever Jacob would set the ball, we all knew it was going to be a kill. Whenever he got a kill, it was sure to make spectators go crazy and leave the opposing team with the thought, there's no way we can win against this giant. It was only a matter of time before Jacob was moved up to the next level. After a season of reigning terror on all of the Pacific Coast League, Jacob made his way to Varsity, where his impact was immediately felt. I remember when we first got to play with Jacob at some practices during the summer, and Jacob continued to do what he did best, bounce balls. The season came and we were all excited to see Jacob wreak havoc once again. At our game against Laguna Hills, it was Jacob's time to shine, getting kills left and right with crazy blocks in between. Even after these crazy hits, he seemed to never celebrate. We asked him about it, and he said, they just weren't that good. All season long, Jacob continued to improve in all aspects of the game, especially serving. His serve got so good that Noah, Eli, and I developed an extreme fear of Jacob on the service line, because we all knew that an absolute rocket of a float serve was incoming. I'm so glad that I was able to be your teammate this season, and on behalf of the team, I can say that you will be greatly missed. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Silvestri.
Next up, I'll be talking about Roddick Gibson. Roddick has always worked hard in practice and has brought a good personality to the team. His long arms make him a dominant force at the net. He's developed a lot in the middle this year. Unfortunately, we lost him for a while in the middle of the season due to a devastating finger injury, but he returned even better. Even when he was injured, he still made an effort to attend practices and games. He even made appearances from the service line with his cast on. He may have had a low service percentage with the cast, but let me tell you, when it was in, it was nasty. So we are grateful for Ronnick's humor and competitive spirit. Thank you, Ronnick, for all you've done for the program.
Next up, I get the opportunity to talk about Jordan Lee. Aaron Jordan, as we like to call him. Jordan has been one of the most hardworking players on this team this past season. Starting by working hard to be on time to practice, Jordan has developed so much as a player. He was even able to perfectly pass one of Ian's jump serves this past season. If you don't know, Ian is that pretty good guy out north that took a set off of us. Jordan is one of, if not the best, hype man you could ever have. Games are way more fun and practices are way more competitive with Jordan around. Beneath that big troll, Jordan is also a great friend to have. Believe it or not, Jordan has a very high level of maturity, and I learned a lot from our conversations. Good luck in college next year at UC Davis, or hopefully slow.
Alright, so I got to talk about grind rim. My first year in Varsity, I want to thank all these seniors for making this season so memorable. When I first joined, I realized how intimidating a lot of people were. However, Brian Rim was not one of them. Brian is someone who always has a smile on his face and is always there for me when I'm stressed or nervous. I remember one time when Coach McBain sent an email about our first day at weight room. I personally had no idea where the weight room was, and instead of like helping me find where it is, he told me to meet somewhere after school and would personally walk me there. From then on, he has been my weight room partner and taught me how to do everything. He managed to show up to almost all of the weight room days, and thanks to his time, I now understand exactly what to do in weight room. He always gives me advice about school and always answers my questions with a smile. Brian Rim, I'm gonna miss you a lot, and I had a lot of fun playing volleyball with you these past 2 years. Thank you for everything. Have fun at college, and please come back to visit.
I'm up here with the opportunity to speak about Nathan Wong. I've only been here 1 year, but in that past year, I've learned Nathan takes no disrespect from anyone. You probably heard the name Onishan thrown around. If anyone called him that, he'd proceed to just jump on top of him in the bus ride. I always enjoyed playing with Nathan. Just when he came in during the Irvine game, he sent me like 5 times in a row. And some of them were pretty great sets. Nathan plans to continue his academic career at Cal Poly Pomona, and we wish him the best of luck.
I have the honor of giving a speech about Cam Killing. Our first interaction wasn't really the best. It was on JV, and he tried blocking me backwards, and I jammed his thumb, which was your fault because you tried blocking me backwards. Our friendship truly didn't flourish until this season because he was stuck with me as a weight room partner, and I had him drive me everywhere. I've never told him this, but despite being able to drive myself, I always had him drive me everywhere because I wanted to spend more time with him. Cam is supportive, hardworking, passionate, funny, and kind. He's a great guy. He's driven Luke and I everywhere and doesn't have us pay for gas money, which is pretty expensive. He also pays for stuff if we ask for it without hesitation. Cam shared many ridiculous stories, and he's taught me many life lessons that I'll never forget. One of them being to never block backwards. I'll be sure to give you some of my mom's homemade spam musubi that she totally doesn't buy once we start up club season again. I love you, man. You've had an explosive impact on my life. I'll miss you. I can't wait to see you play at OCC. Thank you.
All right, now I get to tell you all about the Jared Irwin. I've been blessed with the opportunity to play with Jared for the past 3 years, and every season has produced their own great memories, like last year when you were absolutely blindsided by a ball coming off the ceiling against Olu, or this year when it seemed like every bus ride was filled with laughter due to the various Yo Mama jokes and the number of nicknames that were given to teammates. You could always count on Jared to make you laugh whether you were on or off the court, and we are all thankful for your ability to do so. However, don't let his off-the-court abilities or attributes distract you from his on-the-court abilities. Jared could do it all: pass, hit, block, and serve. Occasionally, he would even kick the ball. Towards the end of the season, Jared introduced us to his new float serve. It was almost sure to force a bad pass. However, Eli knew why it was so effective, because apparently you copied him. Thank you for being a great teammate and an even better friend over these past couple of years. We will miss you, Scary Jerry.
I have the pleasure of speaking for hands down the loudest guy on the team, our fellow triplet, Caleb Irwin. Or as some of you may know, Big Red, the finisher in Country Ball. I've been a part of Caleb's volleyball journey since the beginning, when he finally decided to hang up the cross-country cleats and switch to volleyball. I'll be the first to tell you, it was not pretty at the start. Getting Caleb to hit the ball and play defense for the first time after playing a sport that only required his legs was a hard task. I mean, he still struggles at defense till this day. But one thing Caleb never struggled with was being loud and having fun. He's always brought a positive attitude and has made practices and games much more enjoyable. He's always eager to play and has improved tremendously this year. I will always remember him coming in at the end of games to deliver the final blow. Although he didn't play the most, Caleb's had a huge impact on the success of our team. I can't imagine this team without him. Thank you.
The next person that I have the pleasure of talking about is Beckman. You will never meet a happier person than Vade, except for his dad. Over the past 2 years, I've seen Vade smiling from ear to ear 100% of the time. I remember one practice this past season, Vade's team lost in the end. There he was, still smiling with that great dental hygiene. Vade has been such a great mentor to me these past 2 years and has helped me grow so much as a blocker. Vade has taught me how to love playing my position, and he's been one of the greatest teammates to all of us. Vade is always the first one to encourage all of us when we're losing. I wish you the best at UPenn as you work towards becoming Dr. Pimplay, and thank you for all that you've done for this team. I look forward to free dental care in the future.
So last but not least, I'm going to be talking about Eli. Eli's not here today because he's sick, which I hope he regrets after my amazing speech. So Eli, I've known Eli for all 3 years that I've been at Beckman so far. My freshman year, we were able to play JV team together, and then these past 2 years, we brought our talents to Varsity. So for me personally, when it comes to Eli leaving us, the thing that I'm most sad about is that there's no other person like him. There's just an endless list of things that I'm gonna miss about the guy. Like that charming smile. Or that one-of-a-kind humor when he makes jokes about his undeniable resemblance to Dylan Klein. Or how every float server in existence has copied his own serve. I mean, when he's gone, who am I gonna run into when I'm trying to pass a free ball? But in those upcoming days that I'm going to have to eventually face where I'm missing Eli, I'll look back at all the memories we were able to share with each other. Like the time where he ate the spiciest chip in the world and could not stop eating ice cream and milk despite being lactose intolerant. Or all the times when he made me smile when I saw him walking around school with his little water bottle in hand in that perfect posture. Or all the times I had to tell him when it was his time to serve, or even where to line up for serve receive. And even the scary moments, like when we all would wonder if Eli would make it back in time when he would leave the game mid-match to go pee. But in all seriousness, Eli has been one of the best friends I've made throughout high school, and I'm super grateful for all the fun times I've had with him. It's been an honor to share the court with him, because he's a freak of nature out there, even though he sometimes wants me to pass every ball for him because I am, in fact, the libero. A lot of people think we're brothers, probably because we have the last name or are Asian. But I really do see Eli filling in that type of role in my life, and I'm really going to miss my little brother when he goes off to college. But seriously, Eli, I wish you all the best, and don't miss me too much at Varsity. Thank you.
I get to hang out with these guys every day. They're funny like this all the time. That can go a couple of different ways. Whenever we ask guys to come up and make speeches, and that went really well. I want to thank everybody for keeping it brief, except for you, Noah. You did a little too much there, but it was fun. All right, we're going to have all the seniors come on up. We got senior gifts for you. Seniors, sorry. Seniors, come back up and get a photo. My bad. Video here that was put together by Joanne Walker. Thank you so much. Varsity guys still have another week to go. I hope to see you there on Tuesday night. If you would do us a favor, before you leave, anything that's on your table, glasses, plates, anything, please drop it off on the bar. We'll try to make this as easy for them as possible. We're already like over by a half hour, so thank you again. Have a good night. Be safe. See you soon.
It's amazing. The white shirt is fine. You gotta remember the old coach.
Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you, Luke. I really am. I don't get much time to see you. Yeah. Oh, here he is. Luke. It looks like maybe a head there.
Oh my God. Okay, you have to take off the glasses for one. You need to brush your hair back.
Brady, congratulations.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
Congrats, dude. Really happy. Did you think? What'd you think? Did you think you had a chance? Did you think like when we started to talk about
after soccer, we do it for volleyball too?
Every season.